Electrical impulses are going at the rate of 3/4 of an inch in 1 second. This is the slowest electrical impulse that you found anywhere. This is too fantastic. Because if you can slow down electrical impulse, there is so many things you can do in healthcare, in nuclear sciences, in variety of things. You can do so many… in computer science, you can do fantastic things if you can slow down the electrical impulse. But the plants have already mastered this. They are moving 3/4 of an inch per second. Everywhere electricity is passing too fast, that's why you can't store it. That's why the batteries technology doesn't really take off, because electrical impulse cannot be controlled in speed. But plants are doing it for a long time. For millions of years they have the technology.
So are the trees, they're not bored with life. If they have to stand there for another 10,000 years, they'll just stand there. It is only the human being who has this problem. Because of their awareness, because they want you to enjoy the fall time, they're turning red and yellow and whatever else. Why a spiritual process is of such a significance is, say, a human being can also be beautiful just being physical. Just a physical body has its own beauty, isn't it? It's a glorious piece of creation, no question about it. The combination of body and mind can be very beautiful. But somewhere within, a human being has the necessary intelligence to realize that the physicality of life, however beautiful it is, there is a certain fragility to it. That today it's all beautiful, another day it'll be like this. See, me? I think recently there was a movie called The Beautiful Mind. See how ugly the mind became? The mind that was beautiful, which could do incredible things, just see how ugly and what a source of suffering it became. So the same, that is the nature of the physicality. Mind is also physical. So the trees are not putting on colors for you to look at them. They're just starting their survival process for winter. That's all they're doing throughout the year, survival. Self-preservation and procreation, this is the nature of the physical. Flowers bloom not for you to pluck it and put it up here. Flowers bloom because they want to attract the bees and the insects so that pollination will happen. One is trying to be more attractive than the other because that's the way you catch the opposite sex, isn't it? Isn't it so? It's the plant's sexuality which is making this flower beautiful. It wants to reproduce. Without this, no reproduction will happen. Nothing bad about it. It is beautiful in its own way, but it's very fragile and limited. Once a certain level of awareness has entered a human being, he is looking for something which is beyond this fragility. He's looking for something which is for always and ever. He's looking for something which will take him beyond the compulsions of the physical. If you sincerely look at your life, not the hogwash that you give to other people, if you sincerely look at your life, all the beautiful things that have happened, ugly things that have happened, and those horrible moments when nothing happened, if you simply put everything in a line and look at it, depending upon the level of intelligence that you can apply to it, you will get into different levels of frustration. And if somebody asks you, would you want to go through the same thing once again? It would be a 100% no. Only people who are working on constantly enhancing a few beautiful things that have happened to them. They're hyping it up. Oh, my life has been beautiful, I fell in love here, I was joyful there. They're focusing on those things and enhancing it. They're willing to say, I want to go through this again and again and again. Let's say whatever you have gone through, let's say you have… somebody was saying yesterday, I've been fortunate, I have not gone through other kinds of misfortunes that other people have gone through. Let's take one fortunate life like this. And now, you have to repeat this 10 times over. You want to? Do you want to? No, isn't it? Because the very nature of your intelligence is such that it doesn't like limitations. There's something within you which does not like limitations. Any kind of boundary, it resists. Any kind of boundary, it struggles with. Because human life is brief, they're getting away with it. Let's say we make everybody live 1,000 years. But life will happen only in the scale in which it's happening right now. I think except those who have realized something beyond, all others will commit suicide by the time they're 150. They won't last that yogic 160. Isn't it so? Nothing went wrong with your life. You get up in the morning, have breakfast, say good morning to everybody and eat your lunch and… it's all fine for some time. After some time, so the trees, only because they are not aware, some of them have lasted for 2,000–3,000 years. If they were fully aware, then 3,000 years wouldn't be a problem. If they're not aware, 3,000 years is not a problem. Now you're semi-aware, this is the problem. Everything is a problem now. Because what you call as human is a flux, it's neither here nor there. When… when you were a monkey, I'm not calling you a monkey. It's not me, that guy, Charles Darwin. You did not desire to drop your tail and become human. There was no such awareness. Being a monkey was fine. If monkey was given a 10,000-year lifespan, he would still continue to do the same thing. Survival, reproduction, survival, reproduction, survival, reproduction. Season after season, the same thing would be happening. He wouldn't mind because he doesn't know how to mind. But once you became human, somehow nature pushed you into this level of awareness. Now you know how to struggle with yourself. Now you're aware of your limitations. An animal is not aware of his limitations, he's just fine with the way he is. He's much more complete psychologically than you are, because he's not aware of his limitations. That is so with lots of people. Do you see? Simple-minded people seem to have more confidence and clarity than people who think. Isn't it so? Because if you limit the possibility of the mind and become just programmed for self-protection and procreation, there's really no hassle, it's quite fine, the life. I don't think the pigs are bored with life. They're quite okay, aren't they? So are the trees, they're not bored with life. If they have to stand there for another 10,000 years, they'll just stand there. It is only the human being who has this problem. Because it's like a trapeze bar, it's like a circus tent. He has left the stability of animal nature. He is yet to get a grip on the absolute stability of divine nature. He's in between. That in-between state, when you're unaware, completely unaware, it is elating. If you look down, it's terrifying. So some people are elated, some people are terrified of life. Or you yourself, sometimes you're elated, sometimes you're terrified, isn't it? Isn't it so? Because you have left one trapeze bar, you are yet to cling to the other one. The in-between state is what you're calling as human. The problem with this trapeze act is, you don't even crash and become a smear on the earth. Even that doesn't happen. You hang there forever. If you don't get a grasp over the next trapeze bar, you don't even fall down. Or you do fall down, but into your bottomless pit. Falling into your bottomless pit is an endless affair, isn't it? If there was a bottom, you would hit it and it'd be over. But there's no bottom, means you keep falling and keep falling and keep falling. All the time you fear there may be a bottom somewhere, but there isn't. If this happens in total awareness, it's a fantastic process. If it happens in unawareness, you'll somehow go through it reasonably okay. But it happens in partial awareness, then you suffer. So a tree is aware that they're making all the leaves red for us to enjoy it? No. They're least concerned about you, I want you to know this. It's very important that you see life the way it is. I know they have taught you these kind of things. The plant is throwing out its flowers because it loves you and God loves you, so that's why it's all coming out. If you want to psychologically settle yourself, solace yourself, you can believe such things. If you want to climb the ladder of life, you have to see where the rungs are, that's the only way to climb. You can't just deceive yourself with all kinds of things. If you want a nice story, we can say, God knows you get bored with green. So he's painted everything red and yellow and whatnot, just for a while. It is not so, it is just going through its own survival process. It's shedding its leaves, preparing for winter. With leaves, if it retained its leaves, all the trees would crash, you know. Just imagine if the foliage was there and huge lumps of snow sat on it, the tree will just crumble. So it is just trying to slim itself down so that not too much snow sits upon it. In spite of it, some of them crash because of weight, isn't it? The tree is not aware of its beauty. You enjoy it because you're aware. What's the problem? The tree is not aware, but you're aware, so you enjoy the beauty of the tree. But don't imagine things which are not there, because hallucinatory states can be hugely elevating, but they always crash. Somewhere they'll crash. Nobody can keep it up forever.
If you plant 10,000 trees in congruent land, it's important. One tree here, one tree there won't help. It needs to be in congruent land. This is what I said. Why I was always drawn to the forest is if I close my eyes and sat, boom, it was going on. Life, simply life energy. Today there are lots of scientific studies. When I said this, the problem is, my skin color is not good. No, I'm made of chocolate, that's a different matter. But but in the world, my skin color is not good. If I say something, they'll say, oh, this is all rubbish, what is he talking about? Now it comes from the West. Now Western scientists are saying that trees are like large families, they're all connected, they nourish each other, there is communication among them, so much is happening there. They have noticed electrical impulses. The best thing is, in the tree roots, electrical impulses are going at the rate of 3/4 of an inch in 1 second. This is the slowest electrical impulse that you found anywhere. This is too fantastic. Because if you can slow down electrical impulse, there is so many things you can do in healthcare, in nuclear sciences, in variety of things. You can do so many… In computer science, you can do fantastic things if you can slow down the electrical impulse. But the plants have already mastered this. They are moving 3/4 of an inch per second. Everywhere electricity is passing too fast, that's why you can't store it. That's why the batteries technology doesn't really take off, because electrical impulse cannot be controlled in speed. But plants are doing it for a long time. For millions of years they have the technology. So, now they're measuring all these things and saying something fantastic is happening. And in every forest, for a region, there is one mother tree and she's taking care of everybody else there, and she's nourishing them, giving out impulses, giving out information, all kinds of things. Even trees which have been cut, all the other trees are nourishing the tree. They've found all these things now, and now they're saying all kinds of things. When we said it, it was stupid because, they don't understand the value of being chocolatey. So these things are coming out now. So what we need to understand is, trees must be in congruent land. One tree, one tree, still it helps, but not great. It needs to create an ecosystem and buzz like this. You hear all this? Not just the insects, it's just buzzing like that, life. It needs to buzz like that if the planet has to regenerate itself in a huge way. If soil has to regenerate itself, it needs to buzz like that with life. And that'll not happen if you plant one coconut tree in your house. I hope it lands on your head. Enlightenment could happen.